Everyone, I just thought I'd do a very brief video about how to unlock particularly tight shoulders. First and foremost, it's always best to check out why you've got tight shoulders. It might be postural, often it is. It could also be a strength issue as well. So often when people have a lot of pain and tension up here, yes, it can be partly postural, but it can also be because the muscles are just a little bit on the weak side. So sometimes instead of stretching, it's actually better to strengthen, which is what I love about this exercise that I'm going to show you now. It's based on a kind of yoga posture called thread the needle, and I add a few little bits in as well, or Kellyisms, so you can let me know what you think anyhow. So you would always start in what's called 4-point kneeling position. So hands are directly underneath the shoulders, knees are directly underneath the hips. They want to be hip width apart, so you should be able to get a fist between your knees, no more no less. You want to be nice and strong in the back, quite long in the spine, almost doming in the shoulders, so that you're wrapping the insides of your elbows out almost to the top of your mat. If you had a yoga mat, you should ideally be doing this on a yoga mat, but this is quite a squishy carpet. I keep my toes curled because I quite like a little bit of an extra calf stretch at the back, but you can have your feet flat if you want. It's personal preference. And with this, it's a little bit of a fluid movement. So it is, you're warming up and you are moving into the strength aspect and the stretch all in kind of one exercise, if you like. So I would always start with your better side first. So mine is the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the right hand, I'm going to thread it through the needle, if you like, all the way through, and I'm just going to hover there. I'm going to hover for a few seconds and bending through the left elbow and then unthreading the needle and then taking that hand up and pointing up towards the ceiling. Now, ideally, your gaze needs to be up towards your hand. If you've got any pain in your neck, however, just keep the gaze down. So we do that a few times. So we hover each time and then we unthread and we bring it up. Yeah, so you're getting some lovely thoracic rotation in there. I see a lot of people that have very tight thoracic spines that don't tend to move an awful lot. As humans, we don't really rotate a great deal, although we kind of should. And then what will happen is you will go to rotate. For example, you'll go to rotate your neck to have a look behind you in the car, and then you'll realise you can't do it. And that's generally, yes, it can be neck rotation, but a lot of the time it's thoracic spine rotation as well. That's the issue. So we can make this a little bit more difficult and we can hover if we want. So we're building up that strength all around the shoulders, into the back as well, into the forearm. So we can hold it there for a good while and then unthread. And then when we're ready and when we're finished, if you like, we can thread the needle as far as we can, allow the shoulder to drop, allow the forearm of the left hand to come on the floor, maybe walk that hand a little ways in front and really stretch that right hand as much as we can. And if we want to intensify that stretch even more, we can take the right foot and we can stretch that over to the left hand side. So we've got a lovely full stretch all the way down the lateral side of the body, and we're compressing into the left hand side and we've got that lovely stretch going on. When we're ready to come out of it, we reverse the movement. So you bring your knee back to where you started from, bring your hand back to where you started from and unthread the needle, and there you go. Like I say, it's great just to get some movement in the thoracic part of the spine, quite often on the opposite side of the body, but round about this area in between your shoulder blades, that can be really, really tight and it can prevent you from kind of rotating. So if you can get some thoracic rotation into the spine, all well and good. And I'm pretty sure if you keep doing this like a few times a week, then you'll start to just feel a little stronger and a little looser in the upper body as well. Let me know how you think, or what you think I should say. Bye.